What is up, future self? Like you to welcome back to another banger. Today's Bible verse is Luke 16, verse 10, and it says, "One who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much." Basically, what I'm trying to, or it's telling us, right, from what I understand, right, me personally, my opinion, I don't think it would be correct or anything. If you have an opinion, please let me know in the comments, or if I'm wrong in my opinion, or probably understanding the wrong way, let me know the right way, right? But from what I understand is that those who are little in faith, right? Like Jesus said, if your faith is as much as a mustard seed, you can move mountains with it, right? So if you have little faith, you have a lot of faith, right? If that makes sense. If you're a dishonest person, you have a lot of dishonesty in you. So like I say, I lied today. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm a very person who lies, right? I don't know, for some reason, since I was a kid, I always used that as an excuse to get out of trouble, right? So I was always, okay, I'm gonna lie right now. It's not gonna worry. I'm gonna lie tomorrow, and it just kept happening. So after I started lying so much, it just got used to me, right? I just, if I try to be honest, it's hard for me to be honest, and I just gotta lie. But lately, I've been controlling that lie and lie tell the truth, right? But yeah, that's today's Bible verse. Make sure to keep going, have faith. Remember that Lord Jesus Christ saves, right? It's not about saying, "Oh, I'm going to Him and I'm gonna start flying." No, it's about going to Him and believing in Him that He died for our sins with your faith in your heart, right? Your faith, you need to build up your faith. We all need to build up our faith, right? Even me, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No, none of us is perfect in this world. The only one who was perfect in this world was Jesus Christ, and He died for our sins, right? To be forgiven. So that's gonna be it for today's verse. Thanks so much for hearing me. Now let's get back to these markets. All right, so this is how the trade is looking, right? AUD USD. We're gonna see how this goes, right? I'm gonna have to make a quick analysis on where it's going, but before I do that, I want to tell you about another trade, gold. This is how gold is looking. Gold has just hit on this funded account. This is how the actual live accounts are looking. We are up this much on the live accounts, right? As you can see, $306, 308. So I'm gonna see if I continue to hold or not. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure. So I want to see what price does, right? This weekly, it is barely Wednesday, right? I did tell you it's gonna have a big move up and we should catch it. So this could possibly be a big move up to continue going higher, but it's gonna have a deeper tracement. I'm not sure when it will have that deeper tracement, right? Alright, so I guess we have some areas of rejection here, here. Alright, we gotta be worried about these areas. So, yeah, I'm gonna just exit my trade here. If I'm accepting what comes with it. This just has a lot of potential going higher. But so this candle closes in an hour and 37 minutes, right? So we're gonna wait that hour and 37 minutes. We're gonna wait. I tell myself before, I'm like, damn, I should have waited. Okay, now I'm gonna wait. Now I'm gonna wait that 1 hour and 37 minutes till this far will close, right? This could close like this. You could close all the way down here. We'll have to see, right? Next trade would be UTCHF. As y'all know, I am in this trade on my other account, my other funded, and I didn't enter any of these two trades I just showed y'all. So we are down more on that account. That is a one phase challenge, but I feel like that's perfectly fine with me. The reason I say that is because on the last day, I'm gonna risk a lot, and I'm gonna try to make up that full 4,000 like in one trade, right? I'm gonna try to do that. So we're gonna see how that plays out. So we're just gonna see how this closes, right? We still got an hour and 36 minutes. We have area of rejection here, right? These two areas. So I want price to make it all the way up here. I do believe it has a lot of potential to make it up there, and if I do, this will turn into a 1-2-5, right? But I am not sure. That's the thing, that I believe price is gonna have a big retest, or it could have even a potential fall to the downside before heading up, right? And that's something I don't like. We're not bullish yet, right? We haven't turned bullish or bearish because this daily hasn't closed. So we're gonna see how that plays out, right? But I just showed you the account. If I do plan to close, I'm gonna close once this one candle closes, right? So USDCHF is currently going more down. If I'm being honest, we're gonna have to see if we get taken out or not, right? Another trade would be NZD CAD, but I'm not too sure on this one. This is it looks like it's getting ready though, but I wouldn't be too sure. GBP USD price actually headed more higher, so we're gonna see what we do there. Right? So GBP NZD price actually came down. I would have caught the little quick 1 or 2, and price would have headed up. So We're gonna see what goes on here. This could be liquidity probably for these higher time frames. Maybe, maybe not. We're gonna see what this weekly does, right? If we're able to go more higher, then we're gonna obviously go to the upside. But if we're unable to go higher, then we're gonna continue to fall. Euro USD price actually had it higher, so I'm not even interested. I wanted price to come to these lows, maybe, or even these lows, but it was never able to. I mean, we are on Wednesday, so it probably could, but I don't see it coming down, right? NZD USD also as well when the price come more to these lows to continue going higher. I don't think it is gonna be able to make it to these lows. The whole buy is supposed to buy. So GBP CAD, I wanted price to break some lows and retest this structure for the daily retest, right? Price actually went higher, so we're gonna forget about that. USD CAD was one that I was very interested in. I wanted price to have more of a deeper retest to this on here, but was never able to. But this could be inch if I'm being honest. This is basically the retest for these higher time frames, right? If you look at this retest to this structure, it's clearing on lower. We are gonna see if we have a possible entry. We are shifting structure. 4 hour, 1 hour is turning bearish. So my time frames are turning bearish, right? We broke this previous structure here. As we can see, price broke that structure. We're below this EMA, showing us that the projection of the whole market is starting to move slightly slower. As you can see, when we're above, we go up, and when we're below, we go down, right? So, I do like my two candle formations that I love to see. But we'll have to see how we end off in 31 minutes, right? This is basically the retest, right? So it's the retest to keep going lower. So what I'm saying is I want to see a shift of structure once we're at the area where we have either we want to go up or we want to go down. So if we're at an area of interest and price hasn't made a decision, right? It has a possible chance of going higher and has a possible chance of going lower. That's where I want to see the shift of structure. But when we're below and I'm just making a higher time frame retest or higher time frame structure, right? I don't just want to see a confluence showing me that we are wanting to go lower, right? So this would be the confluence, this daily structure. As you can see, price came to retest it. I took this trade, I believe, last week. I'm not sure, but I will have to see if I do enter it or not. As y'all know, I don't really like to enter much trades because that's just more probability of me losing more. It's better to enter less trades than more trades. So I got used to trying to only enter 1 to 2 trades a week, or even maybe two max, right? Maybe three max. But we'll have to see how this plays or goes, right? If this is able to close earning engulfing, I might have a little idea of maybe entering, right? We are bearish on daily, weekly, kind of. 4 hour, we are bearish now. We have broken structure, as we can see. I see this coming down quick, right? Use the CAD. News update, we don't really have much. We have this, but it doesn't really affect the market a lot. So, yeah, but that is really it for the moment. It is currently 7:34 a.m. I have to eat my oats. Don't mind, it looks pretty dry, but the milk is all underneath it. No, there's no milk underneath it. It's just dry. And my creatine. I actually gotta buy more creatine. Ran out yesterday, and I just been using the scraping all the rest that we have. But yeah, so this is how we look like. We did exit the trade on the funded. All we are holding now is the lives, right? We are still holding this one on the funded, but we are still on the trade on the live account. So this is how we're looking. Not too shabby, right? So then I'm gonna eat my breakfast. If I have any other updates or if something big happens and I need to record it, I'll record it. But today, that's gonna be it for today. I am gonna hit chest, tricep, and shoulders today. So here's gonna be some gym edits of me hitting chest, tricep, and shoulders, right? Bam!
Race cars outside, I got hoes tryna ride up, they wanna find up, everything I'm about, shout it out front up, I ain't tryna hide nothing. Everything I do is live, nothing right now. I am hustling the bitches, I need a facial, dropping my spaceship, get out my space, get out my face, made it this far. I can't believe we made it this far. I can't believe we made it this far. I can't believe we made it this far. And in the sky, and then I can't believe I made it this far. I'm trying to tell you how I feel, tell you how I feel. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel, tell you how I feel. I've been on turn it down. Too much money, turn down, deal, turn down, deal. Too much money, turn down, deal, turn down, deal.
What is up, YouTube slash future self? Welcome back. It is currently 10:32 p.m. Yeah, it's pretty late, but I have some updates for y'all. So first would be AUD USD. We are still in this trade. We're gonna see how this plays out, right? I do believe we are making some type of retracement to hopefully go higher. Weekly would look nice. I don't know if it will be ready for it to go up, but I do see this closing more higher if I'm being honest by the end of the week. Daily we could possibly be having a retracement to here, like I told y'all maybe, and it continue going higher, or I don't know what price could do, right? Yeah, so we're waiting on that. We're gonna see how that plays out. We're not worried. I don't no doubt everything's gonna be okay. If it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. If it does play out, it's gonna play out, right? If price wants to move higher, it's gonna move higher. If it's gonna move lower, it's gonna move lower, right? You can't say move market, move up, and it's not gonna move up, right? But some news is that we did exit XAU USD. Yeah, so on the funded, we did close this trade for $200, right? On the funded, so something I do want to say is that I did hold this trade for a 1 to 3, right? It was supposed to be a 1 to 2, but I said this has potential of going higher, right? This is barely the beginning of it executing the move, right? So I do believe this is gonna go higher than it actually is. I exited at 1 to 3. I didn't want to. They were just risking me, right? There was like doubting myself. I'm like, damn, should I hold shit or not? So I'm like, I'm gonna just take the 1 to 3. I got what I wanted and I left, right? So we closed that position for $261, as y'all can see there. That is on the live account. So for the moment, the current balance for the account is $871. But that is nothing at the moment because we are still in another trade. And that other trade is looking at 75. So like I said, we do have possible retracements on this trade, which I didn't like or I don't like, but I have to accept it, right? Because I did tell you that it's gonna have a deep retracement. So it might come to these lows or even these lows before going way, way higher than it has to go. I do believe the remove is higher for the moment until we reach like these areas, which will be my areas of maybe exit. So it would be first here, then there as a 1 to 2, and this would be a 1 to 3. But my main goal is a 1 to 2 and not 1 to 3. But if I see it moving higher and higher, then I'll just be holding to a 1 to 3 because it's basically gonna reach that point, right? I have to decide when we're at that area, if we ever get to that area, right? If we don't, it just takes me out, then yeah, it's just not meant to go my way, then, right? I also did, as y'all know, I did make a prediction on use the CAD. I said that this would have been my entry, right? This would have been this retest engulfing entry. We would be at this point, right? But never entered this trade, never bothered. It's okay if he even plays it on me because you have to understand that some trades are not meant for you, right? I believe this trade played out perfectly how I wanted it to. It's gonna play out perfect, but it's not meant for me, and I gotta accept it. Win or lose, you gotta move on, right? I can't be like, damn, I missed out on this trade. No, instead be like, okay, I read it right again. Now we'll use my what you learn and what you know to the next trade, right? There's many more opportunities than just one trade, right? So don't get stuck on one trade saying, damn, I should have entered. No, move on to the next with anything in life, right? So that is another trade. Use the CHF, we did get taken out. I do believe I was just running wrong myself. I told you that I believe we were cooked. So yeah, GBP USD, not interested. GBP NZD, not interested. NZD CAD, not interested. And GBP CAD, not interested. So we are still currently on only in this trade now. AUD USD we've been holding since Tuesday, since 12 a.m. right? So I used it with a quick trade. It moved pretty quick. Took this 1 to 3, 127 pip. It moved right. So this trade alone was 3%, right? I predicted this much, and that's a pretty big trade if you ask me. Just because the numbers isn't big doesn't mean that's not a big trade, right? This could have, you're probably saying, well, it's not a big trade because I only did $80 to $100. But if I would have done 100,000, it would have been what? It would have been like 600,000, right? If I would have ever entered this trade with 6 figures, it would have been like that. But we're not at that level yet. Pockets aren't there yet, right? But soon, hopefully, it will be there. Keep it up. Go into skill. It's all about the skill level and all about the money, right? The money comes when the skill learns to potential, right? So if you learn a skill with potential and you keep it proceeding to learn that skill more and more and more and more, then the money's gonna come itself, right? Just always keep that in mind. Don't try to chase the money when you start trading. I'm telling you, never works out. I'm pretty sure you anybody who's started done trading and you tell them, did you ever pay attention to the money? Probably maybe in the start. Who knows? But you don't want to focus on that, right? Focus on the skill and how to read these markets, right? That's the main goal. The main goal is to do the read it right, not get money and start being just in general, just not even trying to get money off it. You read it right and the money comes, right? So this is how we're looking on the trade we're in. That is gonna be it for today. So we did lose a trade basically on USDCHF. I was firmly understandable. It was understandable why I lost, right? I will make a assumption on that tomorrow and speak on why I lost it. But for the moment, that's gonna be it. Remember, here's the fake Richard Millie. That one day we are gonna have one. The fake Richard Millie here and the real Richard up here. Still don't know what Richard Millie we're gonna have in the future, but that is up to the future. My task right now is to continue proceeding with the skill and upgrading my levels to it, right? And other stuff to make me succeed more and more and more, right? So that is gonna be it for today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Remember to keep going, never give up, no matter what anybody says about you, right? If they're saying you're a nerd or you're so slow, ugly, and all this, that, and that, and that, and they're saying you can't make it, you're a scumbag, you came from nothing, and you're still gonna stay nothing. Don't let them say whatever they want. You know the outcome of your future, and Jesus Christ is going to be there to help you. Let them speak, and you keep going. I've had people speak bad about me. You think that affected me? No, I kept going. Maybe in the past I had more anger in me, and I did stuff that I wasn't meant to do, and I asked God for forgiveness because I couldn't control the anger when people said something, so I did something about it. But now I am different. I'm not gonna be the same as I was 3 months ago, right? I'm trying to control my emotions, anger, and discipline myself not to do things that I know I'm not supposed to do, right? So I ask God for help, and my faith is gonna keep on growing. So that's gonna be it for today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. So I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.